Motherfucker.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't get nervous later.
Oh, sure. Okay. All right. Welcome to Master Memories, the podcast where my friends talk about their lives. Today I'm on the 11th of December,
That's correct.
2022. Yeah. December 11th. I keep forgetting to do that part. I'm here with Ethan Wallace Hack, aka Hack Shop, aka The Barber, aka jump shot away from being one jump shot away, aka I'm missing other nicknames.
No, they used to call me E-Money in high school.
E-Money.
Yeah, that's right.
Damn, wish I would have been around for that.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. What is your first memory of me and you?
First memory. So I guess my first thing with Landon, it was, through Ben obviously, but my first core memory. We have this guy back at home. His name's Tyson. He's one of our good friends, but he's kind of the guy that he makes everybody laugh, but not on purpose, but on purpose. And then it was Ben was yeah, this Landon guy is he'll just remind you of Tyson. And I don't really know how to say. It was just that was my first memory of you was Ben saying, "Oh, this guy, he's a great guy, but he's he says some weird ass shit." But yeah, that's my first memory.
Damn, that's high praise from Ben. I don't know. I feel like I've been compared to him and then Barlobo a lot too.
Yeah, the only thing you Smash is just I feel like that's just the biggest thing.
Smash, boxing, incredibly handsome. A success story in all ways.
You still don't want to box me, but that's another story.
Yeah, well, that's because you have 8 inches on me and 400 pounds. Both of those are exaggerations. Yeah,
extreme.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it's logistic-wise, does it make sense? I mean, if you fought me on your knees, and then that'd be fine. Yeah, I mean, because then I'd have a height advantage, but then probably still knock me out with a couple good punches. I don't know, technique only gets you so far. Is my point.
Yeah, I have technique. I have one knockout.
You have one
I
knockout?
don't have video of it. But.
Yeah, I don't have any. I'm 1-1 right now. Neither were knockouts. They were both went down to decision.
Nice.
So what were you doing today before we started filming?
I woke up around 11. Bob Evans, my friends or my roommates, got back. Watched a lot of TikTok.
Hmm.
I didn't go to sleep till 4 a.m., 4 or 5 a.m. last night.
Yeah. What were we doing last night? It was up so late.
It was just I had a beer Olympics in the morning, and then you get drunk and sober, then nap, and then you're not really tired, and then there was just I was playing Jackbox actually at the old Vatican. So.
I don't know what. Were you at the BHOG Beer Olympics?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I stopped by for the championship.
Oh, I left because I lost.
Yeah,
You were supposed to sing the national anthem.
I was told I was supposed to do a lot of things. I got asked the night before, and I just had some prior commitments.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
your name was on the team list.
I was, from what I've been told, but I don't know. I got there for the finals, and Hyatt's just yakking, and he's like, "We got one more game with Chesties left," and I'm just I feel like I either walked in on the best or worst time, because it's just how the end of Beer Olympics is just
chaotic. Oh, yeah.
Everyone's too drunk and but still wants to play that last game. Yeah, I feel like Beer Olympics is it's fun to make it to the first or second round, and then it's just after that it's just.
Yeah, they threw it together 2 days in, and there was supposed to be six teams,
Mm-hmm.
but then there was only 5 because one team couldn't play, so then we had a bye, and I was trying to get drunk. That's the point.
Yeah.
And it's not the games Elam Flip Club will get me out first. It's I only had half a beer.
Yeah.
And then so I just started shocking during games, to keep going, and then I got really fucked up.
Yeah.
But it's usually good. There was good people there. My team was kind of.
Who was on your team?
It was Deutsch and some random guy. I think it was Fritz.
Yeah.
Sounds
about right.
But first, it was just I was hanging out with Stauffer's team,
Mm-hmm.
and their energy was high. That's what I wanted. My guys were they just I'm just let's go. They got too drunk. I think that was the thing.
Yeah. Now, I feel like your team is very dependent on how much you enjoy Beer Olympics.
Yeah.
I was talking with Tim about this yesterday. What was I think it was you at Beer Olympics, where it was me, Jared, and then some kid named what's the kid from Home Alone? Not Macaulay Culkin, like the kid he plays. Kevin. His fucking name was Kevin. I kept like just, I never knew who this Kevin was. Apparently he's from Strongsville, and just like
Okay, yeah.
kept looking around like, who the fuck is Kevin?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's very make or break when it comes to chemistry.
Yeah, well, we had, I think, I have this picture. It's like me, Adam, Cody, and then, I forget his name.
Chris Sumner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we won that one, and that was a legendary team.
Yeah, I've heard stories about that. Cody says you guys were stacked, but honestly, like Adam on your team, not that he can be a hindrance sometimes.
Yeah, but once when you get me out there, with the vibes are high. I usually play up the standards.
Yeah, no, I told B-Hawk yesterday, and I'll tell you as well. Next semester, put me in.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
I want to do at least like 6 next semester.
At least, bro. That's like what are you gonna do every weekend of Beer Olympics?
I'm shooting. So it's like what 13 weeks in a semester or something.
Yeah.
One every other week. I love it, man. I don't know. It's I don't know. It's just like I don't know. I tell Adam this all the time, but like I don't know if you could ever replicate like the Beer Olympics that like he put together, because the best part of this, like, right? I mean, obviously, there's people like me that like are pretty good. People like Sean, it's not too good, right?
Yeah.
But across the board, everybody wants like to win.
Yeah.
And that's the best part, right? So I can get paired with anybody, and I know everybody there wants to win at any cost. Like Ben, for example, we were laughing yesterday. Hy was telling me, he's like, yeah, the one time we were playing Elam Flip Cup, Ben had like 7 beers in Elam Flip Cup.
Yeah.
We did full beers.
Yeah.
He puked, rallied, and kept going.
That's what Beer Olympics is all
that's
about.
the fight. It's like
hunger.
I'm not worried about like over drinking or anything. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if you like remember, I'd set one up with like the younger amount people. We did like
Yeah.
we had like girls in it.
That was the one I was talking about with when it was snowing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And it was just like the girls were like, oh, I drink too much. I don't want to puke. Like that's not the point. The point is that like you want to win.
Yeah.
So it's like to replicate that to get everybody would be really hard. Like,
I agree.
I think B-Hawk, a lot of those guys, they would play, but it's like it's selective. You got to be selective. I feel like.
I agree. I mean, I think again to your point, like that was the magic of our Beer Olympics, was like everyone wanted to win.
Yeah.
You're right. Like everyone wanted to win, even like when everyone didn't know each other. Like it was always like, okay, like you want to win, let's fucking win. Like I might get to know you, I might not. I mean, we're gonna drink together at the very least. We're gonna be on this fucking team.
Yeah.
And again, to my earlier point, while I do think Beer Olympics like stops being fun at a certain point, if you're still in, like that fun turns into like let's fucking win.
And it's I think if you lose fun, I guess it's like you're losing your like drive to like want to play. Like you're getting bored of it. Like once you get bored of it, then it's easy to like not want to do it.
Well, that's why I always say like the finals like kind of like not as everyone's like just fucking hammered by the time finals come through, and it's like you're there to win. You're not there for fun anymore.
Yeah, it's like you build off like at the beginning, right? You're building off everybody's energy.
Yeah.
Everybody's wanting to be there.
Yeah.
But as long as you can build off your own team's energy at the final game, like that's all you need.
I completely agree. Let me know with these 6 Beer Olympics. I hope to make at least 2 of them.
Yeah, it's a daunting task, but hopefully I can get it done.
Someone's got to do it.
Someone has to do it.
Exactly. What does your typical day or week look like right now?
Well, for finals week, so it's been a wake up around 9. I usually hop right on TikTok until like 10:30. Get up. Try to find the motivation to do something. It's been tough the last couple of weeks. I've been like not working out, which is really bad. I'm actually going today after this. But like I've been watching Suits religiously recently. I've watched like in the last 6 days. I've watched like 2.5 seasons, but it's really good. I mean, I just like I've been losing the motivation to do things. No, not the motivation. I would say more of the urgency.
Yeah.
Like I had an exam on Friday, right at noon, and I had all of Thursday to study, and Friday morning, right? Because we had a study day.
Yeah.
I didn't start studying until like 10 p.m. I just didn't have the urgency. Like it was kind of bad actually. Like
Welcome to senioritis.
yeah, I mean we got through. We're here today now, so I mean I have 2 more exams on Thursday that I'm gonna start tomorrow. It's just I've been in this mindset recently that it's like I haven't been working out. I'll work out on the break. You know,
Yeah.
I'll milestone it. Like well, but reality, why should I not start today? Like what's stopping me?
Yeah.
So yeah, my days have been kind of looking for that motivation. But yeah, that's how the week's been going, searching for motivation.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Wish I could say it gets better, but look,
Yeah.
like, it's so nice to just be horizontal on your bed and just like look at the TikToks. Like I went to the gym earlier today. And I got up or I had my alarm go off at 9, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. I'll get out of bed at 9:15, and then it's like 9:16 after the end of the TikTok. I'm like, okay, well like. Now it's like a minute after, so I'll just go the next 5-minute interval, so 9:20, and just like builds up and up and up. Like, human brain's weird, where it's just
Yeah.
like you'll find every excuse you can to not do something.
But there's also this crazy thing where like personally like if I've ever been given the opportunity to hoop, like I'll like make sure it happens.
Yeah.
Like if like I'm in this group chat with a bunch of like faculty, like older people, and they'll like hoop at like it's Saturdays at 9 a.m. and like I'll be blacked out on a Friday night, but I'll get up and play at 9 a.m. and it's just like I love it.
Yeah.
So hopefully I don't lose that. But
Yeah, I think there is that for the stuff that you want to do. Clearly, it's more of like trying to figure out that same kind of spark for the stuff that you don't want to do. Like
Yeah.
on a Sunday where it's dreary out, gym's far away, but it's got to get done.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I guess fortunately. I mean, you still got the art back, so or NJO North and all that.
Yeah, I usually go to the ARC, but
Really?
yeah, just I can drive there.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know, I think my problem is I just get bored of working out. Like, I don't know, it's just so repetitive.
Do you do the same stuff like every time or?
Oh, I haven't gone in like 2 months, but when I would, I'd do something like on a weekly basis. Like
Yeah.
Mondays would be the same. But if I was doing like chest and tries on both Monday and Thursday, those would be different days.
Gotcha.
But it's just like, I don't know, I'm missing that kind of schedule, that routine, because college is so sporadic.
That's the nice thing about a 9 to 5. You can like
Right.
on the one hand, you're kind of locked into a routine. On the other hand, you can build your day to be a routine.
Yeah, like you can be like mindless in the gym, which is nice.
Yeah. I mean that's why I always look forward to the summer and why I always would really focus on getting healthy in the summer because like nothing else really to do.
Yeah.
Where do you lean politically and why?
Honestly, I'm gonna take your take your question in a different turn. I don't really I'm uninformed, right? So when I voted last, for the whatever, I just asked my mom what should I vote for, and she's like, yeah. So I just on the ballot I put all Democrat, but I don't know anything enough to have my own opinion,
Yeah.
which is bad on me, but it's kind of my answer. I don't know enough, but from how I've been raised, I would say I'm a Democrat.
Yeah. You're definitely not the first person to say that to me, much less on this. But I guess do you have what was the word you said earlier? Urgency? Do you have any kind of wanting to get more involved, or is it I'm
Involved or more informed?
I guess both.
I don't really want to be. My dad's in politics. He's on council and stuff, and he does a lot with that. But yeah, I want to be more informed. But I've been lucky enough to not having to do my own taxes.
Yeah.
And I feel once that applies to me, and once I live somewhere that for example, if I live somewhere outside of where I was born, right? I'll have more what I want, levies and stuff where I want my money to go.
Yeah.
Especially local law, and as far as states. So I guess it'll just determine I feel I'm pretty sure I'll get a lot more into politics when I have a home, when I've settled down somewhere.
Yeah.
Because if I'm moving so much in college, if I'm moving back and forth in places, I don't know how much my life will be affected by politics.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I will say local politics in general are just the most impactful you can be, just because I don't know, at statewide, there's like so many fucking people in the state, especially like federally.
Yeah.
But like, you know, you get, or it's directly stuff around you as well as like, because it's so much smaller, you have like so much more of an impact, especially with your vote. Like, I don't know, I'll always say like local elections are the most important elections,
Yeah.
shit like that.
But, you know, every vote counts, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, it matters just as much as, you know, you don't get like the you don't get like the results as like more of a personal factor from, you know, national elections, but every vote counts. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think it's important to vote, but I just don't know enough in my current knowledge.
That's fair. I will say, in regards to voting specifically, there's always like one, or a couple of different pages that I load up when I am looking at my ballot. Like, you know, what is this? There's like a lot of people like on the ballot like get questionnaires from websites. Be like, what are your main platform issues? What are like your main goals? Stuff like that. So, I will say, or I guess for a future vote, I literally just look up the two names and usually like 3 websites pop up with all that info.
Yeah, no, the most attention I pay to, most attention I pay to on like voting bills or like the levies, like I'll read each levy and like make my decision.
Yeah, shout out to levies for actually putting it on the ballot.
I know, I had free lunch for 4 years in high school because of levies.
Hell yeah.
So yeah.
What is your relationship like with your family?
My mother, I have a small family. I have a small group of people that I consider family. My mother is my role model, my favorite person in the world. She's my rock. Although I don't really talk to her as much as I should, but she's made the person I am. My sister, oddly enough, I feel like we've gotten like closer and like made made conversation easier since she's moved. Like she lives in New Jersey now, so like I'm just able to like talk like I never like talked about like relationships to her because it was just like, you know, weird. But now it was just like, yeah, like she's like, oh, I saw so and so was in Columbus. I'm like, yeah, she stopped over, and I was like, this other girl was texting me. She was like, when are you coming back to Painesville? I'm like, well, damn, you know, I got raised apparently. But no, those two are my favorite 2 people in the world. And my dad, I don't really have a good relationship with him. We don't really see eye to eye. We've always done different things, like different ways of doing things. And so, I guess personally, like my dad, he makes a lot of excuses about what he like does as a father because of his father. He's like, oh, well, my father never, you know, supported like, you know, like whatever. And so that's the thing. But I just like, he's a real stubborn guy. I am too, but like not to the extent where like I don't like change.
Yeah.
So I guess to summarize, my dad and I have never really seen eye to eye, and I think it's just always been like hard for him to like connect with me because he like blames his dad for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He's a real selfish guy. Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's okay.
Yeah, but I mean, it sounds like your sister and your mom you're really close with, and
Yeah.
I will say, time like that age gap between like you and your sibling or you and your sister, yeah, like you said, it's weird how like, you know, as you get older, especially like as move away, like so much easier than it was like when you're kids.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I've grown up with like every step of the way. Like my sister, like we've always played the same sports. Like in high school, I was always like Jill's brother, right? And like I actually it took a toll on me. I was just like, damn, like I was Jill's brother, like by myself. And then my mom actually started like volunteering for high school. Like she was just like my mentor, like a person there. And then they referred to her as Ethan's brother or Ethan's sister, so it's kind of funny. But no, like I credit like a lot of things of my successes like to her, like obviously her being the older sibling, like she didn't really, well, she got deferred from Ohio State. She was actually going to go to Boston College, or she was going to go to Clemson, one of the two, and then she got accepted like in July. and then she like learned from that, and she like made sure like I applied on time, like made sure like I got my stuff in. I had like better test scores, so like it was kind of like, it was okay.
Yeah.
And then she didn't get into Mechie because her GPA was poor, and so she went to ISC. So she was always stressing me, like even in like middle school, she would tell me, she's like, my mom talks about this. So like, you ever like know like we're going on tangents, but it's alright.
Yeah. No, it's,
I'm a big tangent guy. Anyways,
love tangent. Like the more content, the better, right?
my mom always tells me, so you know when like you ever like have like parent teacher conferences.
Yeah.
And so, like, they'd always go, like, your parents would go in if they don't want to, and they talk to the teacher, like, oh, you know, this is a grade, this is why. I'd always get, like, the comment, like, talkative, like the class clown kind of guy, but, like, capable. Like,
Yeah.
And I would get, it was, like, O's and A's, like, it was, like, the OA, it was, like, a different thing. And so I'd always get, like, one over, like, the best, like, excellent. And, like, it was, like, it always because like, oh, doesn't do homework, doesn't take it serious, like, you know, like, but like very smart. And it wasn't until like my sister would tell me, she's like, okay, like I know you even like messing around and stuff in like middle school, but like colleges look at your high school, so like this is what they see from high school. And so I don't know like what happened, why it happened, but like I turned it around. I just started getting like A's and A's and A's, and like that was like my mom always asked me like, oh, like how did you like what happened? Because I was like a bad student to like top of my class, just from one talking to my sister. So yeah, that's my relationship.
Yeah, I will say I see a lot of myself in that. I mean, did you ever hear what like smart but doesn't apply himself kind of stuff?
Yeah, that's the stuff.
Dude, I got that shit out every single parent teacher. But shout out to Jill though, because
shout out.
Yeah, she got your shit together, and shout out your mom too.
Yeah.
You know, great woman, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, smartest person I know.
Smarter than you.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, book smart. She and her iPhone, but she's an idiot when it comes to her iPhone. She didn't know how to turn off her flashlight the other day. I'm like, you boomer.
My dad calls me all the time for tech questions.
I'm just like, oh my god.
Like, I think it's interesting how like knowledge is passed down through generations, which is why like usually like kids end up smarter than their parents.
Yeah.
But God, I hope I don't end up like this when I'm like in my 50s.
It's like I feel like what? Obviously we won't know because they wouldn't. Right. Our parents in this situation, you think about it, they're like, oh my god, like the TV, like oh it's so simple. Like they couldn't think of something that would end up stopping them.
Yeah.
So obviously we can't think of something that will stop them that our kids will be like a whiz about.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not really like that they're not capable of like doing stuff. They just didn't grow up with it, right? Because I like kind of relate it to like the whole like language, like learning a language. As a kid, you're like a sponge, right? You observe anything. You're so easy to learn.
Yeah, brain's all malleable.
Exactly. Right. Like, you don't want to drop your kid on their head, but it's like we learned that language as a kid, technology as a kid.
Yeah.
And so like what will we have to learn? What we try to learn at a kid's pace, like in 20 years?
Yeah.
What invention are we waiting for? I don't know.
Look, I wish we had a futurist here to tell us, but I mean,
Yeah.
hell, half what futurists say is wrong. But I hope I just like the ability to learn instead of just like give up and just kind of ask whoever to help me instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Independence, I guess, is the word there. What do you think is your most unique talent?
It's kind of counterintuitive to what I was just talking about earlier, but I think one of my like best unique talents is like being able to create like a tunnel vision on something I want to do. Like for example, so having a tunnel vision on what I want to do and sharing that with people. For an example, right? In high school, I played like every sport known to man.
Yeah.
I never played golf. Senior year, I was like, okay, like I did not like my soccer coach. My football coach was even worse because I was kicking a football team. I don't know if you know that, but it was like he just didn't like.
Did not know that.
He didn't want me to like. He would like we'd have field goals and he would just like go on fourth and 8, or he would just like go for 2-point. So I just was not doing that.
Yeah, fuck that.
So I tried golf, and like I just like I wanted to get better at the game. Like so I would go like every week I'd go to the range. Like I'd like watch YouTube videos. Like I'd like look at techniques, you know, look for hints, like look for like placements and hips and through. I spent like time and time like trying to perfect, trying to learn. And like I got pretty good. Like I was able to shoot, and it's like within like 6 months, I was able to shoot like an 86.
God damn.
Within 3 months of like playing the game.
Dude, that took me years. Fuck you.
And like that was like I did that in a match. And then from that on, I was able to like teach Ben how to golf, teach my other friend like Cheeto how to golf, teach my sister how to golf. And I was able to like kind of use my own unique experiences, like to like, because I consume so much information of like how to swing, what to feel when you swing, and I was able to consolidate that, and like figure out like what worked for me, what did I see, like what reactions I got, and so that like kind of applies to, I guess, basketball, cutting hair, like that's just the evidence, but yeah, being able to like knowing what I want, and like doing it like. I'm pretty sure like when I go home, like I'm gonna work out like twice a day, eat really well, like in the break, and just to see where I get, because it's just what I want to do. Like,
Yeah.
when I get bored like this, because like I do a lot of like I'll have like a main goal, like for instance like shit, I study for my exam, but like if I find like a different like side to quest, you know, whatever, I'll just like really hammer that out, just like to kind of get my mind off of things, but. Yeah, I'm just really passionate about small things or big things.
That's a pretty fucking useful skill, though. I mean,
Yeah.
to be able to just like drill into something and just be like, I'm gonna get fucking good at this, or I'm gonna learn about this shit. Like, that's fucking admirable. You know, like be able to tune out distractions and shit and just really get into it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a running gag. Like when I like we lived in dorms, like we'd like a big group of us would hang out and stuff, or like people would be in my room, whatever. And like there'd be like 10 people in there just talking and everything. I'd just be doing homework. Like I can cancel the noise. And it's like I don't know. I can just be like doing physics problems with like 30 people like talking in my ear, and I could just I don't know. Interesting.
Fuck you.
I don't know.
I can't read and listen to stuff at the same time.
Yeah.
That is it's hell of a fucking. That's a very unique talent. I will say. What were you doing when you first got the news of COVID?
Yeah, I was packing my bags to go. I remember the first when I was affected by COVID. So we were gonna go. It was midnight on a Sunday. I was supposed to drive to Cleveland Hopkins Airport to get on a plane to Arizona for a golf trip for the golf team, and it was paid for. And we were gonna go play, just for fun, and it got canceled because COVID was spreading. That was gonna be so much fun. It was like a week there. It's gonna be on our spring break. It was our spring break in high school.
Yeah.
Then we didn't do that, and it was just like school just kind of stopped. And so that's when it hit me. That's when I really started hammering haircuts. And yeah, I don't even remember how days went by. I think I started working out in my basement. I had a Bowflex machine. I started working out with that.
There you go.
It was fun.
Yeah, the dungeon. That's what Dom called them, like in people's basements, like the dungeon workouts. Yeah, but you were gonna your team flew you out for a golf trip, like all expenses paid. Or was going to?
So all we had to pay was, well, they did this golf outing every year, so they got all we had to pay was for the flight, but we would golf at we would have toured the ASU golf facilities, top rank in for golf. We had free golf at 5 courses, free Top Golf. We would have had our golf coach knew somebody who owned a bunch of franchises of Taco Bell, so we had free Taco Bell, which I kind of hate Taco Bell, but that's a whole other story. And that would have been so much fun, but but COVID hit and we didn't be able to do it.
Damn, I never got those golf trips.
And that was.
You're just stuck with me at this point. That's the entire fucking episode.
Yeah, that would have been so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks though. I'm sorry to hear that, but how was your quarantine, by the way?
Honestly, I don't really remember. It's because I just usually I I remember my life in general was like with milestones, right? Yeah, I don't think anything really important happened within those milestones.
Well, you said you learned how to cut hair, but
Well, I learned how to cut hair before that.
oh really?
But I was, obviously with barbers closing down, that's when I started cutting a lot more hair.
Yeah.
But I just from March, I did work. I did work. I think I worked landscaping.
It's good money in that.
No, it's labor. I would never do that. But it's makes you not want to do it ever again. I
Yeah.
think from March to August, school started in August. Yeah, I don't. Was I still working at that factory? Yeah, I was working at that factory. I worked there 9 to 5 every day with masks on. It was funny. I was walking out of I was walking into 18th yesterday, and I haven't gone in like a long time. I was like, I had to print paper, I had to print something. But like I was like, oh shit, like, I need to put a mask on. Like it was really weird. I was like, I just felt weird when I got a mask.
Yeah. Wait, do they don't require masks anymore?
No.
Like anywhere?
Okay.
I was watching I was editing an old episode the other day, and like I was saying this is like June, July, I think. I was like, yeah, I think like it'll just be cyclical. Like come wintertime, we'll have masks again, and just that's how COVID will be. But so far, so good.
Yeah.
I mean, like it feels like COVID. Not to say COVID's like forever
Gone.
done, but it
Yeah.
feels like it's not even a deal anymore. It's just a thing. Like, oh, it's like you get the flu, you get the COVID. It's like just
It's
you
like,
know.
it's like the same thing now.
Yeah, I guess, and then some people still wear masks for, I guess, like, medical stuff, but it is weird to think that, like, they just, like, I agree with you, like, March to August of, like, 2020 is a blur. I do not know what happened in that time. What's your relationship like with your religion?
I do not believe in religion. I don't believe in God.
Yeah?
I think I was baptized as a kid, but we like never went to church. Yeah, I don't believe in an afterlife. I don't believe in a higher power. I believe we are here. We evolved, and yeah.
Yeah. Were you raised any, or
No.
did you said you weren't?
My mom was raised Catholic. My dad was raised Methodist.
Mm-hmm.
But we just got away from that.
Yeah. I get it. I mean, I don't know, religion's not a big part of a lot of people's life, and I feel like our generation is very either questioning of religion or atheist or agnostic. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I have no problem with people, have religions. Whether it's, to cope, whether it's just the way you were raised, whether you do believe. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a quick one.
Yeah. No, it's you've dodged the two big questions of politics and religion just like that.
I don't know. I'm not the biggest, like, I don't know, opinion. I have a lot of opinions, but I don't really have. I'm not gonna sit here and be like Kanye.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, usually just when it comes to religion or politics, like people really have like some history or story or like something that they not say that they like to say, but just like something, like
I mean, I can't.
political and religious.
I've all my friends are Hispanic and they're all Catholic. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to churches, right? I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been to, like, I felt like there's this, like, well, we'll talk about this. So at this.
I don't mean to like pressure you. It's
No,
like
I don't care.
yeah.
I don't care. I'm not hiding anything. So when I'm home sometimes I'll go to this church to play basketball like Tuesday or Thursday nights, and the person like will say, say a prayer before we play, and I bow my head. It's not because I believe, but it's out of respect of their religion. So it's like I don't obviously like bowing or looking up or looking enraged because I'm going with their traditions doesn't make me mad at all.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm doing it out of respect for them because it's like like it would just look disrespectful. I was just not gonna.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect me. It doesn't disrespect my beliefs by doing that.
Yeah. So you're not trying to force it on, like, why are you doing this? It's just, like you said, out of respect, like.
I respect people's opinions. So why would I do that?
Yeah.
I mean, there's like, I had a girlfriend that was like super religious. Not super. She was religious. And like we didn't really talk about like religion that much because she talked about like her religion, but obviously I think she I didn't believe. But it's at what point like in your relationship like could you survive a relationship with two different religious beliefs? That's my question to you.
Yeah. See, that's a.
'Cause I know you always say I want to get a Jewish woman.
Oh, I want Jewish kids. I think I've said this for my entire life. My parents are like, you are gonna marry a Jewish woman. And I'm like, but because Judaism is passed down from the mother. But I think it's one thing to ask like, your
Not always. I have
in
cousins.
the religion.
My cousins are Jewish, and my aunt, my dad's sister, was not born Jewish.
Yeah.
She like
Converted?
I think her husband is Jewish.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well,
Usually that's what happens though, right?
Or at least in the religion, like it's passed down through the mother. Like if you have a Jewish father, non-Jewish mother, like a lot of synagogues and stuff won't consider the kids Jewish unless they convert or whatever, which I also think is stupid. But again, I think it's like one thing to ask someone to like raise your kids that a religion that's not yours. It's a giant fucking leap to say like you need to convert to this religion, like to my religion. So
Yeah.
I think you can make the relationship work. I think kids should only be raised in one religion because otherwise it gets makes messages confused and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it can work.
As a person of religion, right? What benefits do you see that your child could benefit from being raised Jewish?
Religion in general is built on morals.
Okay.
I guess it depends. Well, I mean,
Like help thy neighbor.
help that neighbor, stuff like that. Like the entire, so like how the core tenet of like Christianity is like believe in Christ, do some of the sacraments or whatever, you go to heaven. The entire core tenet of Judaism is just be a good fucking person. Like there's 613 commandments, and like some of the commandments are like pray on the Sabbath, and there are some commandments like help the elderly or like
But do you believe that why wouldn't I be able to teach my kid the same thing without Judaism?
Well, that's kind of the moral part. The culture part is more like the relationships you can make, the creation, or like, honestly, just a lot of the relationships. I mean, like, the people you'll meet and the people that you can, like, really connect with based on, like, similar experiences and, it's, like, kind of like any other similarity between someone, but it's religion instead of, I don't know, like, basketball.
Yeah, like breaking that first, like, barrier.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite thing to do is there's a game called Jewish Geography. That I didn't make that name up. It's just kind of a well-known thing. So it's like, I found out you're Jewish. It's like, oh, where are you from? Then that person will say where they're from. And just list off every single Jewish person I know. Eventually, I have a mutual friend. And they're like, oh, where are you from? And then like, oh, they'll list off everyone they know. And eventually, have a mutual friend. It's the game where everyone wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's, I guess, what I take from raising kids Jewish. I mean, at the very least, like like Baldwin and other people like aren't religious at all, but it's like the cultural thing. It's like I'd say like the biggest part.
So, but if they're not religious at all, are they still Jewish?
Well, Judaism's weird because it's like there's three parts of it. There's the religious side, going to synagogue, praying, all that stuff. There's the cultural side of Hanukkah and like
Bar and bat mitzvahs.
Bar bat mitzvahs. Well, I guess that's like ties into the religious side as well. But Seth Rogen, I guess I wouldn't say is the most religious Jew, but he's still Jewing it up there.
People like to party, man.
People do love to party. And then there's the spiritual side, but the Kabbalah is like a whole weird thing that not a lot of people really talk about or understand, to be honest. Me neither. So, yeah, Judaism's weird, but what do you do?
What do you do?
What is your biggest regret?
As of right now, so currently I've been playing a lot of basketball. It's always going to happen. It's not going to. This is not a great answer, but it's my answer as of right now.
Yeah.
So I've been playing a lot of basketball, right? And like I like to play at a pretty high level. I just feel like in high school, right? I played a lot of sports, like I said earlier, but I feel like if I would have took like my focus on basketball year round, I could have gotten somewhere to play.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe even trying that, or not even that, maybe stepping up to my coach a little bit more. He was he played favorites, and it was hard for me to play my game or play any game besides his because he had one way of doing it and he thought he was right.
Mhm.
Going on to also recent events, my biggest regret is kind of like not at a young age not knowing the importance of like what sex could be. Let's say that. To elaborate, kind of like, oh, like in high school, like a lot of my friends like lost their virginity, so like 14, 15.
Yeah.
And I lost mine at 16, but like it was just like, oh, you know, like just to get it out of the way, like, and like now I know I value it a lot more than have like what I've done in the past and recent past. But like not like really knowing the importance of it. Like I mean, people can put their own importance on it, but like from what I've done and what I've like, I really hate hookup culture.
Yeah.
And recently I'm just like it's not worth, like I'd rather be in love with a person and then that comes versus like hookup culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. To take a spin.
Yeah.
To deep. Because I was like, fuck, let's get deep, Landon.
Yeah, that's
Why
the whole
not?
point of the fucking podcast.
Why not?
Let's get deep. But I mean, it's a very mature lesson to
Yeah.
learn, especially so young too. Not that you're fucking young, but you know, like
Yeah. It's hard, I can say that now, but then it's like, when I have a couple in me, it's like what, you know, I need to realize, like, that's what I want to do.
what are you most worried about?
I'm a very stressed out person. One of my buddies actually called me like Mr. Stressful, because like, I'm always stressed, like I'm always worried about things. One of my biggest worries currently, so this past summer I worked at a mid-sized company, and I hated what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Hated it. One of my biggest worries is like, I'm not usually a jealous person. I'm not gonna say I'm not a jealous person, but recently, you know Michael Hirschmeyer?
Yeah.
So Michael, he's gonna work for Capital One this summer. Very smart kid, very like he's a good go-getter.
Yeah.
Then Glizzy's working at Tesla this spring,
Damn, good for him.
and he's working at some other thing in the fall, like in the summer, like he's like it's like a taxonomy or something, but like I always like hear them talk about like their jobs and like they're like super excited like to like you know just work, and I have a job lined up that's for like Parker Hannifin, and I'm just not excited about it. Like I'm really worried that like I'm not gonna like what I'm doing. And, like it's like I hear that and I get like Glizzy deserves everything he has, but I just like, and like Michael does too. It's just like I just feel like what am I like why am I settling for this job that I'm not gonna like, that I'm not gonna like so I'm worried like I'll be in a situation at a young age that I'll work at a job that I don't like, and like I've constantly told my mom, I told my sister this, like I'm at the point where like if it comes down to two jobs, that like one that I like one that I hate, and it's a difference of like 20K, like I don't care, like I will drop the 20K, like I will work for cheaper as long as I like the job,
Mm-hmm.
because it's I'd rather like enjoy what I'm doing day to day than make money, because
Yeah.
as an engineer, I mean you obviously know like the money will be there, right?
Yeah.
I'm not worried about you know obviously you choose this profession because you like it and the money's there, but like you're not, at the end of the day you're not worrying about check to check. So like I valued from like my past internships about like how important like you liking the job is,
Yeah.
and being in an environment that you like can be happy in. So yeah, I've been going through this phase about like needing to be happy, wanting to be happy. So I'm worried that because you know, obviously your job will be 40 hours a week, 9 to 5 most of your day.
Yeah.
If I'm not happy with my job, then I won't be happy.
Yeah. I'll say this, my summer going into senior year, I worked at internship and I fucking hated it there. Like, I can't say enough good things about the company, it's just the actual job is the
Yeah.
thing I fucking hated. And my takeaway from that was, yes, I hated it, but I can say I don't like working 5 days a week in person. I don't like doing documentation. Like
Yeah.
Taking or working jobs that you don't like, on one hand, yes, it sucks. I don't need to be the one to tell you that, like, how 12 weeks, 10 weeks of you working there, probably fucking blew. But at least now you can say like, I don't like this, I don't like that, and you can use that going forward for, you know, future things, as well as like, you know, leverage the things that you do like and say, I need, like, I want this / need this, like,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, not to be Mr. Silver Lining, but I've been in your fucking situation and I know like, like, I don't know, I'm only working 20 hours a week right now, but like going from that internship to this summer at Nationwide, fucking night and day. Like I was like, holy shit, I don't have to fucking hate my life doing work. It's awesome. Like, yeah, so I'm rooting for you. I mean, Mechie is also a giant fucking field, so I mean, even if you don't like what you're doing now, like you can hop into like a different part of it, right?
Yeah. I know my mom talks about this because she's pretty like involved in like the industry.
Yeah.
But and like she's like there's like this wave of like a lot of young engineers, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're always chasing the money, so it's like hard for corporations, right, to invest in a person because like the culture as of right now is right. You work there for 2 years and you find different company to get more money. Right?
Yep.
So you're just bouncing back and forth. Well, my mom has worked for the same company for like 30 years.
Yeah.
And that just, it's unheard of now. And so like I don't like if I like the company, like where I'm at, and there's room to grow, I'll stay. I don't, you know. I do want to like move around in life. Like hopefully I can do that within the company I find. Do I think it's Parker Hannifin? No, not right now. It could be, but I mean, I was looking on LinkedIn, like, and I saw somebody. So at this current point in my life, I think I want to work with robots. And I saw like an AKSI alumni that works at Parker that does robotic stuff.
Yeah.
Which could be interesting, but like I don't know if I want to waste my time working at this internship. It's like it's a design internship, but it's like working with like tube fittings and like hoses. I'm just like come on, that doesn't sound fun.
Yeah.
And so like I could like bite the bullet, work my year there, work my ass off, obviously, get my name in the door, then transfer over. But I don't know if I want to waste another semester.
I don't blame you.
So, or not semester, but
Yeah.
summer.
What is the hardest thing that's happened to you this past year?
I can like noticeably see my grandma like declining in like self-efficiency. She's my dad's mom, and like she's like I don't know if so I played pickleball decent amount, but she got me into pickleball. She got me playing tennis. We've always gone over there, but like she used to play a lot, and she's lost her balance. Like she was a semi-pro tennis player in her heyday.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, again, that's like where I think our athletics come from, is from her, because my dad and my mom are not athletes. But yeah, she's like kind of like, she's been falling a lot like recently, and she takes like a lot of pills. Not like pain medication, like just like a lot of like vitamin enhancers and stuff, and she's looking real skinny. She was in and out of like a rehabilitation center because she like lost her balance and like stuff. So that's been like hard to kind of see her kind of like decline. She's like 80, 84, 85 maybe. But that's been hard to kind of like see. I don't really think about it as much because like when I'm here, I don't really think about my family that much because it's like kind of besides my sister.
Yeah.
But even my mom, I don't really think about that much, which is kind of bad on my part. But yeah, it's been tough to kind of see her decline.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay.
It's a weird thing with like parents or grandparents, pets and stuff. Like the longer you know them, it's like the better relationship you get to have, but also like the harder it is.
Yeah.
What's something that made you laugh really hard recently?
Recently, last time we were playing Jackbox, and there's this point, right? So Glizzy doesn't drink a lot. Like he never drinks, but when he drinks, and he's at like a good point, he's like the funniest like person ever, because it's like he'll say these these niche stuff, and it's so funny because like we're pretty similar, but like we don't like. He's like a really moody guy. But like when he's drunk, like he's kind of like he loses his awkwardness. He just well, he's still awkward, but he's like says like the funniest stuff. Yeah. We were playing Quick Flash. Like I was like stone cold sober, and he like came back from standard, and he's like, the bars are terrible. I hate them. And I was like, yeah, bro, I know. And he just like was saying like just the funniest stuff ever. Like he was just like, being chilling, you know that one?
Yeah,
it was just
ice cream.
it was just so funny. But yeah, he made me laugh so much last night.
Kids are like good. I don't know if I've ever seen him like drunk.
When he for Hudson and Sophia's birthday last year, he was like puking in Sean's toilet.
I missed that.
Yeah, it was.
I think that might have been the night I was taking care of Evan.
Well,
till 5.
his problem was like, we had like a big exam or something, and he was like, all right, Ethan, I'm gonna go drink with you.
Yeah.
And then, you know, then people
That's just a terrible idea.
people don't do that. And then like, I think he had like 6 in the dorms, and he was messed up. Like we had to like walk him to Vatican, and then, like he was out. That was really funny.
Yeah. I need to catch up with that kid. That kid's a goon.
Yeah, he's funny.
Who is your hero?
My hero, probably my sister. She's like, if I think of what the definition of a hero is, right? Someone that saves me, someone that's like there for me, someone that like, you know, comes in time of need, it'd probably be her.
Mm-hmm.
I said my mom's more like a role model,
Yeah.
but my sister's more of a hero.
Shout out Jill once again.
Shout out.
Just getting all the strays out here.
Shout out.
Whatever the good version of stray is. What's your favorite tradition?
We have this tradition on Christmas where we, so at my house we have a hill in the backyard that like it's like we have like 12 acres. But before we go like to my grandma's house every year, we'll go, like we'll go in the car, we'll like take a video, go up the hill, like show like around and just say like what's been happening.
Yeah.
And then we'll just go. But my mom really likes it, and like I'm like a type of person like when my mom like gets happy, like I'm happy. So like when she's happy, like she likes the tradition a lot, and like therefore I like it a lot as well. So we're not really a big traditional family. Like, you know, we don't really do much stuff, but that's like the one thing that she likes to do.
That's really nice. Do you guys watch like those videos back at all, or?
We haven't yet, but well, we have like what 13 years of them, so
Yeah, that'd be cool to look at.
yeah,
Yeah, especially like, you know, you getting older every year.
yeah, that'd be funny.
What's the best thing that's happened to you this past month?
I had this like really good conversation with someone that like I was just like happy about. There was this, so do you know Gabe McGrandis?
Yeah, I don't forget.
Yeah, so we were both drunk one day, or we were like at a party or whatever, and we've been hooping together. And we were talking. We've done like, you know, sometimes. As of right now, I've been playing a lot of basketball, so that's where my mind goes. But we've been playing in like a P-pad basketball league, and we'll play. And I played against Gabe a bunch, and like, you know, like I'm always like talking a lot of crap, and I'm always like, oh, you little guy, you know. But we were at a party, and we were just talking in the back, and he was like, Hack, I'm gonna be honest, like, what's up? And he was like, I love playing against you. I'm like, Gabe, I said, Gabe, you give me the most problems. He's like, you bring the best out of me. I'm like, damn, Gabe, yeah. And he's like, oh, you're one of the best players of the game. Like, I think you are like one of the best players. And we were just like complimenting back and forth, and because whenever I played Gabe, I was like, oh, this is my, like, I need to put my game. Like, he's a great player. Like, I need my A game because I talk a lot of crap and nobody else really talks, like, Gabe talks crap back. So it's like I love like that competitive. Like, I don't want to lose that. Obviously, like they gave me this dumbass superlative of like, oh, worst sportsmanship. I'm like, what? No, I mean. To my teammates, you know, I yell at them, right?
Yeah.
But like that's kind of like my love language. I yell at people.
Yeah.
But what was the question?
Best thing that happened to you.
Yeah, so we just had that like that very genuine conversation of like on the basketball court, like me and him are getting like making the best out of each other, like on the court. Like he's like I love playing against you, like I love playing against you, and then just like it felt like so good. Because I never really talked to him before. Like, I obviously, like, I was like, oh, you know, like, it's just like that surface level stuff.
Yeah.
But, but I don't like going to parties that much because I think it's, like, just superficial conversations. But, like, the time that you can, like, go away and, like, you're, like, pretty drunk and, like, you just have, like one-on-one conversations, like, that's, like, I enjoy my parties sometimes.
Yeah.
So that was good to, like, hear from a guy that, like, I, like, respected as a player. And, like, he, like, it was, like, good.
Damn. That's nice and warm and fuzzy.
Yeah, I felt good. I was like, I couldn't stop smiling.
Yeah.
Could not stop smiling.
Nah, shout out Gabe too. Kid's a nice kid. I didn't know he hooped like that.
So he's a player.
Goddamn. I need to watch one of these battles. Just KG versus Ray Allen out here, I'm sure.
Who's who?
Well, one of you is who should talk more? Because that's KG.
Me.
Okay, and then
I'm
he's
more
Rayon.
post dominant too, though.
Yeah.
I think I got like 30, 40 pounds on him.
Yeah, I feel like he's more of a shooter than me, or like.
Yeah, he likes the mid post. I'd say he's more like a Paul Pierce. I'm more of like a. No, he'd be more like a Dwayne Wade. He likes that like mid range. I'd be more like a Doncic, rock you to sleep a little bit. Cause I'm slow. I'm efficient.
The swaggy white boy on the court.
Exactly.
What do you think your past self would think of you now?
I think you'd be disappointed.
What's up?
I was well known in high school. I know a lot of people. I really liked knowing a lot of people. I really liked like being a part of everything. I've kind of like lost that social drive. Not that I'm mad at that. I think like back the old Ethan kind of valued like that like knowing people versus it's like good to know people. I kind of like lost that. And then I don't know, as far as like academic success, I don't know how he'd feel. I think he expected like the best, but like I think it's like it all comes down to like what decisions you make. I haven't made like the best decisions. I honestly I've been like brutally honest with myself. Like I don't know if I deserve the grades that I have. Like COVID's kind of like been lucky enough that I've been able to like test like online tests.
Yeah.
I think he'd be disappointed because I feel like my potential is a lot higher than what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. Smart kid doesn't apply himself.
Yeah.
I will say the social thing. I feel like at least as I've gotten older, it's like you said. I had social drive, just knowing everyone in high school is great. But I feel like as you get older, it's just like gets smaller. Your friend group gets smaller, but like tighter almost.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just I don't really have too many deep conversations with people anymore, so it's kind of like it's just it's hard.
That's the one thing that annoys the fuck out of me at parties. It's like I wish, or parties and bars, wherever the fuck. Like I wish it wasn't just blaring music all the time because I love a deep conversation. That's one of the main reasons. This is a good excuse to have nice, fun, deep conversations. But I can't do that if I'm just hearing like sicko mode at like 100 decibels.
You mean sicko mode?
What do you think your purpose in life is?
To give back. I have this like grand idea, this grand like plan for myself. I want to get like deep dive, first 10 years of my work, deep dive, like become like an industry like specialist, right, in my field. Become like a manager, or like a department manager for like the next 10 years. It puts me at like 42, okay? And then I want to retire and become a college professor. I want to teach in that industry at like a 5,000 level course.
Really? Or like in the middle of your career, not like after retirement?
Well, I want to retire ideally at like 45.
Damn.
Well, retire from like industry, then work full time like professor.
Yeah. Like teaching and not having to do research and stuff like STEM.
I would do research as well. I mean, I think you have to if you're like a professor at that level.
Yeah.
But that's my grand plan. I feel like in high school, I always like taught people like help with their math and stuff. Like I was almost good. And I feel like I could be like a very good executive at a company. And so I'd love to stick my toes in that, determine how well I think that's going within that next that second 10 years, and then depending on how well that's going, if I'm making a difference. If I'm not, I'm going to become a professor, but if I am, that's so giving back as an executive or a professor.
Just finding some way to give back to people.
Uh-huh.
Are you fulfilled?
Currently?
Yeah.
No. I think to be fulfilled is to settle. I don't want to settle.
I don't think being fulfilled is to settle.
So if I'm fulfilled, what?
I would argue the opposite. I mean, I feel like if it's like settling is the opposite of fulfillment. It's like, oh, I could do more, but I guess I can see both sides. But sorry.
So I maybe go more silent. I like to converse. I'm just for when I hear fulfilled, right?
Mm-hmm.
It means my ambitions are fulfilled, right? My happiness is fulfilled, and to have those two fulfilled, it's like, what am I seeking?
Yeah.
So, will I ever be fully fulfilled? Hopefully. But when I'm young, I don't really want to be fulfilled.
It's fair. There's a lot of life to live and a
Yeah.
lot of ambition to still have, to your point.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Where do you see yourself going in the next 5 years, both personally and professionally?
5 years, I'll be, 25?
And be young.
And you be, 27?
Yeah.
Be 25, I'd probably be living in Texas, working at a robotics company, hopefully. That's where I kind of imagine myself. I don't know if I want a dog, it's where I'm at with that. I don't know if I want. Personally, though, I want to have hobbies. I want to be able to. I want to try snowboarding or skiing. I want to try that. Never tried it. I've tried like on the hills of Ohio, but it's nothing. So all my roommates have been talking about like going on a skiing trip.
Yeah.
But I want to be at the point in 5 years, hopefully, that like money should not be an issue. Money should not be a determining factor of where I take my life.
Yeah.
Like if I wanted to go on like a golf trip or something with all my friends, like I'd make that happen. Like I don't want like money to be the limiting factor in what I'll be able to do with my life in 5 years. Hopefully, I'm financially secure enough to maybe not have my own house, but have a home.
Okay. Yeah, that's a hell of a plan. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Any reason Texas specifically?
I just want to I've always lived in the same house my entire life.
Yeah.
We never really took any vacations. The only traveling I've done is like through high school events. But it'd be interesting to live out of state. Texas. I guess there's just a lot of opportunities in Texas. Land's cheap.
Yeah.
Nothing else to that.
Lone Star State, big old state.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Hell yeah.
I'm bigger.
What do you want to have done by the next time we film? I don't know when exactly that'll be. I'm saying 3+ years from now.
I want to have a job I love. I want to strengthen my relationship with my mother and my sister. And I want to be able to visit friends. Or have visited friends once graduated college.
Those are good goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the friends part too.
Yeah.
Friends, family.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the end of the conversational part of this podcast. So winding down here, I got some quick hitters for you. First thing comes to mind. If you need time to think, go for it. Just try not to overthink it.
Just shoot. I can shoot.
All right. This is a moment in the mind of Ethan Wallace Hack. What is a song that's stuck in your head recently?
Oh shit.
It's harder than you think.
Oh man. Baby Keem. One of those songs that.
On the
Some of that. Is that one?
All right. Is that Family Ties?
I don't know the name.
Okay.
But
Oh, we'll keep going.
sure.
What's one of your favorite quotes or lyrics?
Oh, I like this quote. It's basically, it's like, I was told by I think somebody passed like a basically the quote goes, right, well, I think it was Boff actually, he goes, there's always time, it's like something around like, right, everybody's busy, right, there's always limited time in the day, but it's never like I don't have enough time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm best at this quote, botched this quote. Basically, it's right. Everybody has I don't have time to get lunch with you. I don't have time to but if I prioritize that time, I have time. So
Yeah.
it's not making time versus not prioritizing time. That's like the quote. That's not the quote, but that's the idea for the quote.
Yeah. We can throw up the actual quote right here.
Sure.
Yeah. Have that all figured out. What's the best show or movie you've seen in the past month?
Suits.
What's the best thing you've binged recently?
Suits.
What's the best book you read recently?
I haven't read a book. I probably should, but I don't read books.
No, I didn't read a single book during college. I don't blame you. What is your current or most recent job?
Cutting hair.
Do you want kids? If so, how many?
3. Old girl and 2 younger boys.
Go. Do you have a favorite conspiracy theory?
The NBA is rigged.
What's rigged?
The NBA.
What is your favorite spot to eat nearby, whether it be sit down or fast food?
I've been on Panda Crave recently.
Panda Express?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What's something that's underrated?
Wine.
All wine? or
White wine.
white wine?
As a drink for a night out.
Like to get drunk kind of
Correct.
drink.
Correct.
All right. What's your biggest hot take?
Beer. Beer does not taste good.
Won't argue with that.
It's not a take.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
Just liars, I guess.
Liars?
Yeah.
The people, not the instrument, right? Sorry, bad joke. Big,
I didn't get that one.
yeah. Biggest insecurity?
My body.
What's your favorite quality about yourself?
Intelligence.
You have a favorite outfit?
Ooh. Birks. Socks. Doesn't matter. Currently these pants. And I like this hoodie too. I'm gonna say that.
So you came in your favorite outfit?
Yeah, I did. This plus Birks would be it.
You're the first person to actually do that. Everyone else has always had to refer to other stuff, but
Nah, these are my favorite articles of clothing currently.
got you on camera. What is your biggest hobby?
Ooh, biggest hobby, basketball.
You're stuck on a deserted island. You can only bring one thing. Can't bring a boat, and if you bring any electronics, doesn't have cell service. What are you bringing?
Computer with Minecraft on it.
All right. Who are your best friends?
Currently, the Gliz, Hirsch, Spine, my sister, Ben, Cheeto Chris.
It's a group. What are you curious about?
How people are able to do something for a long time. Yeah, we'll say that.
Sure. What's something that you have to do every day?
Go outside.
What is your proudest accomplishment?
Paying for college directly by myself.
What's one thing you want to own?
My own plane.
All right, the PJ.
Huh?
The rich people call it PJs. They don't even call it private jets.
No, like an actual like a charter plane. Like I want to be. I want my pilot's license eventually.
Oh damn!
So I want like a little plane.
I don't know
Like a
that.
little two-seater.
I was thinking more like 767 or some shit.
No, I just want like a little, maybe like the one that can land in the water like those.
I gotcha. What do you think the price of gas will be by the next time we film?
$4.65.
Very specific, goddamn. Where do you want to visit next?
England.
Yeah. What's one piece of advice you have for yourself, for the world, for me, whoever?
Things you can do in under 5 minutes, do now. Things that you know you'll benefit, do now. Things that you know you'll struggle with, start now.
That's really good advice. And last but not least, top 5. Like,
Oh, yeah, I know this question.
you know this
I
one?
asked this question because I like the question. You told me this question. I asked the people. When I do one-on-ones with people, I do top
Oh,
5.
that's my favorite question.
Top 5. Number 1, a perfect switch on a basketball. Number 2,
You don't have to order these, by the way, if you don't want to.
oh yeah, it's not order. It's not order.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So yeah, switch on basketball. Popeye's spicy chicken sandwich. Olivia Rodrigo, obviously. Robots. Super Smash Bros.
It's a diverse top 5 right
Oh
there.
yeah, that's what you want though as a
Yeah.
top 5.
Yeah, I mean, you're hitting all the corners.
That's what you want.
I didn't know you were stealing my question, giving it to other people.
Oh yeah. I go top 3 though. I don't top 5. Top 5. If you like people that aren't familiar with the question, they'll just do.
Oh, no, someone, I remember I did Schwarber's episode, he started just different types of bagels. I was like, no, like, top 5 anything.
Bagels.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
funny.
everything.
Oh,
Poppy, I was like, no, you don't have to do bagels.
But that's his top 5 though. You know what I mean? You take it as that's why I like it. You take it as you want it.
There have been people that just do take it like that, but I think Sean also took that for OUAB back when he was in there. We were on our porch back at Vatican, and the answer I'll never forget is someone said the idea of climbing. Like, not climbing, like the idea of it.
Interesting.
But yeah, that's been stuck in my head ever since. But, yeah. That's the episode.
Wow.
Thanks for coming on.
No
This was
problem.
a ton of fun.
Oh yeah, great time.
Yeah.
Nothing else to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Like go home, play some Smash.
There you go. How do you want to end this thing, by the way?
We're at Ohio State.
We're actually in the uni.
Let's wave our shoes.
All right.
That's the first thing that came to my head. Yeah, all right, that's it.
Word.
Oh, you never done that before, huh?
Definitely not. No.
Exactly.
I can say that's something unique right there.